Hi there, welcome to another edition of the Torino Diaries. We are some way into the season. We've already played quite a few matches. We lost to Napoli 3-0. Me being stubborn, the fool that I am, decided to play a 4-2-3-1 against a side that's got really good flank attacks. And I paid the price. I really paid the price against Napoli. We never came into this game with any chance of winning. And then we just made things worse by playing a system that I shouldn't have been playing. And yeah, brings me back to a thing that I want to talk about on today's show, which is basically mentality and shape and how you set things up. So, um, mentality, as we know, is a risk barometer. Shape basically creates these gaps between your players. So if you play on lower settings of shapes, so you're gonna usually find your attackers are gonna be further up on the pitch, for examples, and there's gonna be more distinction between duties, attack, support, and defend. So while people might think, oh, I'm going to make them more compact, let's play very fluid, so everybody's going to be involved in attack and everybody's going to be involved in defense. Yeah, it works some of the time, but not all of the time. Why? Because when you're very fluid, you also make them compact. People are going to push up. They become like a smaller group, but they leave them very vulnerable to balls over the top. So you need to be very careful. So very fluid doesn't necessarily mean that it's a very tactically sound system. Sometimes it's better to go structured. Then you tell the players to pay attention to their duties and not take too many risks. So should you be playing a certain specific shape with a certain kind of team? No, you shouldn't. Shape and mentality choices should largely be a part of your own strategy as you're playing a game. So, for example, if I were to take control mentality, then I'm eking towards taking a bit more risk. But if I'm playing structured, I'm not telling all the players to take risks. I'm telling the support players to get involved in the transitions when they're in the final third, and I'm also telling my players to play to have a specific group of players, attacking, waiting for the rest to only attack when opportunities present themselves. So here we have. So I'm going to use a control structured system for my next match against. I'm going to use a control structured system for my next match against Pescara. We have players in Baselli, Benazzi. Okay. I'm going to remove these shouts from them. So all three of these players can actually pass the ball. I'm going to try and see what they do. It's a bit more riskier because actually I just want Valde Fiori to play the balls. Then we got Jajic, Martinez and Belotti up front. Joe Hart will not be in goal. It will be Daniel Padelli. Up front, in terms of who should be taking part, I know that in midfield we need to have players that can put in a challenge. That's going to be really important for me. So I'm going to have to look at these guys putting in a challenge. But if these guys fail to put in a challenge, then it might be that we're not high. My defensive line isn't right. So you got to look at all these other factors as well. So here we have a team that has I've already done my DNA for my destroys. So I'm looking at aggression being an important criteria. But you see, the thing is, you can't want them to tackle. You want them to intercept balls. So the anticipation and the concentration should also be pretty decent for the midfielders. So here we look at just the group of midfielders, and I can look and determine who are the players that need to start as many games as possible. So I've got in midfield, we have Joel Obi, who's not bad, or 14, 13, 14 as being the split. His concentration is very good. Then we've got Leonardo. This guy is playing as a fullback. So I've got this guy as a fullback and Molinaro is a fullback. And just looking at the rest of my team, anticipation 12, aggression. Baselli doesn't have a lot of aggression. Valde Fiori doesn't have a lot of aggression, and leaving me only Benazzi. So I got Joel Obi, Benazzi, looking like starters for most of my games. And if I want to play Valde Fiori and Baselli, I have to accept the fact that these guys may not necessarily put in the challenge when they are required to put in a challenge. So Baselli, I push him up into this position because he can still play the killer pass. Joel Obi will come in here. So I've got Benazzi, Valde Fiori and Obi as the players in those positions. We've got Avila playing in the left and on the right. So I've basically got my team set up to do what they're supposed to do. The only thing now is to make sure that I press from the front I'm just checking this up. He's not pressing enough, so he will press from the front. And my team is set up for the next match. Well, I had some issues with the recording for this match. It just crashed. So I'm just going to show you some highlights and some things that I did for this match. Up to the 5th minute, we were playing a defensive structured system against the Pescara's 4-1-3-2. At about the 7th minute mark around here, I decided, well, we were defending a fair bit, but we were still not putting enough pressure on them. And I was getting a bit concerned that we were not putting enough pressure on the flanks. So what we did at around the 7th minute mark was to go and set my fullbacks to attacking. So our fullbacks started pushing up the pitch, pushing high up the pitch. This allowed us to build very solid transitions from midfield. As you can see here, when Belotti has the ball, you can see how high up the fullbacks are. On the opposite side, De Silves is very high up the pitch, and Danilo Avila is already acting as an auxiliary midfielder. Here, De Silves picks up the pitch, so it looks as if we have got like a few extra men in midfield for the transition. Benazzi then lobs the ball up to De Silves. De Silves gets it to Martinez, and in the final third, Obi just lets loose with a shot from range, giving us the lead. At this point, I knew that the two fullbacks in and high up at the pitch were helping us break down a team that was stubbornly defending. We were paying attention to transitions at this point, and possession numbers were clearly in favor for Torino. It's almost 80% possession against Pescara. Again here, you can look at how we move the ball up the pitch to build a transition up. Danilo Avila, because his full passing is less risky passes, he works the ball back instead of playing a lob ball up. Obi, again, now you can look at where the fullbacks are. The fullbacks are right now acting as auxiliary midfielders, and this allows us to control play against a team that's defensively set up. Danilo Avila now works the ball back to Obi. You can see De Silves is on the other end, and Benazzi gives it to Baselli, who manages to control the ball, plays it back to De Silves, and once again the ball to an unmarked Obi at the edge of the box, and he scores again from range. 24 minutes in. This setup was against a 4-1-3-2 that was playing defensively against us. I mean, they were not set up defensively. It was more standard and structured. If it is a defensive system, you will see it in the widget, for the tactical widget, if they are set up defensively. Pescara went a man down in the 70th minute. We didn't make any changes to the system. There was no need to. We'll have enough of pressure on their flanks from our fullbacks, who are now acting. This is really important because for us, having those fullbacks in those positions allows us to intercept any clearances that they make. And this doesn't allow them to play balls from the flank to their forwards up front, which can be one way for the AI to score goals against you. They will have a fullback that's sitting on a defensive line, and a ball over the top will let him loose, and you will concede goals from there. So here we are. It's the big game, Torino versus Roma. I definitely think I don't have the players to play a 4-3-1-2. However, okay, I might do that, but I'm going to make some slight changes. One, I'm going to change this guy into a defense and this guy into the advanced playmaker on attack. Slight change in duties, and this means that Benazzi will move into this position since I need a tackler here. Valdifiori will move here, and Obi will play here. Up front, we'll have a playmaker in this role, and I will put Jajic here instead to play as the playmaker. So these are the players that are going to be playing for us against Roma. So the teams are set. Let's see if okay, Baraka won't be able to play, so we will play against Roma. I don't think I should be sitting back to defend. Okay, they probably could punish me if I do that. So we are going to play control structured against them. So they're playing a 4-1-2-3 DM wide. Romalian to Juan Jesus. We might have to make sure that these guys are closing down more. Yeah, they are. Alright, back to the pitch. Here we go. Martinez tries to get into the box. Can't do much. Wallace has the ball. Plays it back to Benazzi. Benazzi to Valdi Fiori. Valdi Fiori, what a pass to Martinez. Martinez forcing the keeper into a save. Alisson, he should have scored there. Chance was just a great chance. Valdi Fiori with the corner. Loops it up. Danilo Avila will pick this up. He will send it back to De Silvestre. Finds Danilo Avila again. Okay, so far Torino looking pretty good at the start of this match. But you never know about Roma. They have a very good team. If I were to play defensive structure against Roma, chances are I'll be inviting their really good players into my half. And I rather not do that. And I'm not going to play fluid as well because I'm not comfortable with so many of my players involved in transitions. Obi to Jajic. Jajic could not. Jajic is a real ass. Okay, Martinez can't play the ball. Oh no, they've broken the play down. Perotti is through. Perotti is looking goal side. Perotti does not score. I think in goal I have Joe Hart today. No, I have David Pedali. Thank you, Daniel Pedali. Sorry. Okay, we almost gave up a goal. Mohamed Salah with the throw to Paredes. Oh no, Salah, Paredes. Give me one of these players in my side. Valdi Fiori. Off he goes. He sends the ball up to Belotti. Belotti takes it down. Belotti is inside the box. Belotti scores on the counter. Yes, Torino have managed to get the goal. What a play. What a play. Valdi Fiori is now not playing as a deep line playmaker. That was so critical. The slight change in roles means that we are asking the playmakers to be involved in... See, instead of having a deep line playmaker, okay, and now I have playmakers high up the pitch. So this plays has a slight difference on the game. It's because now Benazzi is more like a hatchet man. He's concentrating and just keeping a good screen for our defenders. Martinez back to Valdi Fiori. Valdi Fiori beats one player, crosses it in. What a goal from Wallace! Oh my lord, he just cranked it up. What a goal! Wallace, the man from Scunthorpe, playing at the highest level of the Serie A. Look at this. Valdi Fiori crosses, Wallace smashes in the volley. And it's 2 goals to the good to Torino. For Torino now, they are leading by 2 goals to 0 against Roma. And it's coming to the end of the first half. We'll not tell our players to do anything different. We'll start the second half. Jajic to Danilo Avila. It's a really good start for Torino. And we are very interested to know whether Roma are going to change things around. Yeah, Roma have now gone to a 4-2-4-0 DMY. Okay, this is interesting. All right, they are not okay. This is gonna be interesting. They're gonna put a lot of pressure on my back line, so we'll just see how it goes. If they score a goal, then I'll change. I'll put my 2 fullbacks on support. So far, it doesn't look like they are giving us my 2 fullbacks any concern. If I was on comprehensive highlights right now, I'll probably be panicking. Okay. Obi clears the danger. Valdi Fiori again gets it to Martinez. Martinez. Why Martinez do you have to do that? Belotti beats one player. Belotti has got a lot of support, but he does something. I don't know what they're doing. Just scored a goal, boys. Martinez. That was a very good transition, though I have no idea what they were trying to do. 89 minutes. We are in stoppage. Thank you, referee. This is an unexpected win from Torino. I did not expect them to beat Roma. I wonder if that change of roles did it in the final third. Probably did the trick for us. Instead of having a deep line playmaker, playing that linking play between defense to midfield, I actually asked my playmakers to play between the midfield to attack transition, and that proved pivotal in this match. So that my defensive players, they can concentrate on defending. The DM now is just concentrating on providing that perfect screen. and that seems to have done the trick. Torino 2, Roma 0. Now Roma are playing a 4-2-4-0, which is structured, so I'm pretty confident that we can, hold this threat off. Valdi Fiori again is off. He can't find the pass, but I think there's not enough time for Roma to come back. Perotti shoots Padelli, easily gathering the ball. I just want a clean sheet, boys. Padelli throws it to Avila. They're putting enough pressure on my players, and we can't get the ball up the pitch. Wallace clears the danger. Torino 2, Roma 0. This is a very good win for us. I'm very happy with our performance. This is what I did in this match. So I actually, normally I have this guy playing as a deep line playmaker, stringing passes, so that I can actually play a bit more of an expansive game. But here I was worried that if I were to do this, then I actually am trying to build up play very close to my own defense. So instead of doing that, I got Benazzi to be a central midfielder on defense. So the people who can actually do something are going to be Obi and Valdi Fiori. And as you saw, Valdi Fiori created the first goal. And up front, the playmaker is actually going to be this player. So it was a pretty good result for us. I'm very happy. We've come off that defeat to Napoli, and we've kept clean sheets in 3 games. Again, using the 4-3-1-2 with certain variations as we go from match to match. And in terms of mentality and shape, well, I've only used shape as a means to get a certain number of players into transitions. So if I don't want so many players going forward into an attacking transition, I play structured. If I want more players to be involved in the transitions, then I play fluid. Naturally, when you play fluid, you create situations which you have to be very aware of, and that could lead to balls being played over the top and behind your 2 defenders, and that is something that you should be very cognizant of when you're playing a fluid system. So we were able to take certain risks with the system, and we got away with it. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to do it all the time. Once the other teams get a handle on how to play against us, I won't be able to replicate this, and I actually need better players in my back line. At the moment, I'm using what I can. As you can see, if you were to look at my transfer history, we haven't spent a lot of money on players. We've brought in 3.1 million worth of players, let about 2.3 million go. And look at my players, they come from Scunthorpe, Palermo. I got a free transfer. I got one player from Cagliari, and he hasn't even seen a game yet. Marco Capuano, he's supposed to be a defender. He hasn't had a chance to play yet, so yeah, so far so good, I guess. And the team is in terms of training, well, we are still doing ball control training at the moment, and I should be switching to my other focus is going to start very soon, because we're on ball control. This is November. I should be changing to attacking. I haven't done that. I usually use this chart to give me a good idea of where I should be. So we spent a fair bit of time on ball control. Now we're going to switch to attacking. Now, if you can't do this min-maxing of a training, I definitely recommend that you stay on balance. If you can't min-max, and by min-maxing, this is what I mean by min-maxing. When I min-max my training, I'm actually choosing between ball control, attacking, and tactical. These are my 3 training programs I focus on in one season of play. So for the next 3 months, I will be on attacking, and then for the next 3 months, I will be on tactical. That way, by the time my season ends, I have a pretty the players will be training based on my club's DNA, which is the one I want them to focus on. So far, so good. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Torino Diaries. If you have any questions, please drop me a note on Twitter. You can find me at Busternet, or you can drop me a note here and I'll try and get back to you. Ask me anything you feel like asking me, and I will try and help where I can. Until I catch up with you guys, please have a good one. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.